What's up, guys? I'm SaltEMike, and this is your Star Citizen Week in Review for June 23rd, 2025. 4.2 went live, and it's running better than expected, but that doesn't mean it's running perfectly or well. 4.2.1 went to Wave 1 already with the new global event, and long-term persistence let us down again. All that and more on today's Week in Review. And as always, if this is your first week in review, this is where I take all of the official Star Citizen news each week, put it into one video, and share some of my opinions about it. I also live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/SaltEMike, so stop by and say hi if you haven't yet. I really enjoy seeing you guys over here. We have a ton to cover with the PTU patches, but no sponsor this week, so if you're enjoying the show, you can support by simply subscribing, picking up some merch at saltemike.tv, or leaving a super thanks, or hitting that join button. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the patch notes. All right, and we start out on Monday with a 4.2 open PTU, and we ended the week with the first release candidate. This is the second, and the main thing of focus here is that CIG heard the feedback and probably saw nobody wanted to buy the ship on the Prowler utility. That is the positive, that they heard us and greatly decreased the cross-section of the ship to actually make it stealthy. The other end is this still leaves the question for me, did they have a complete lack of understanding about how their game works when they chose the initial numbers, or do they know something that we don't know about the future of scanning on radar? Because even with these changes, the way cargo running works in many situations currently, you will almost never avoid detection because locations we run to and from are just way too small. So I could see maybe with base building this thing being a thing and just, you know, having a ton of value, but I wish it had more cargo space. So we'll see about that. Tuesday 4.2 open PTU. This was a really small one, just the usual tweaks and server things. I have to say I'm surprised that we aren't seeing more cleanup changes, and a fix they have been going after for quite some time is around Valacar eggs falling through the ground when you get knocked over. Then Wednesday, this was a surprise. Before 4.2 we even went on the live servers, 4.2.1 had an evil patch, and we saw in the roadmap update last week the main focus was this new global event. Think supply or die, but in Stanton. All 4 planets, Orison, ArcCorp, Hurston, and Microtech, all want the government contract to fix the regen crisis. We don't currently know the reward. At least they're not, I haven't been able to get them, so if you know any rewards, let me know. But you can assume they might be related to the given planet that wins, and or whatever path you go down. So you might want to do this on multiple planets or multiple accounts or something. I don't know. And then, given the commodities they're requesting, corundum, tungsten, and copper. These are the current ones that they want. These could change as they did during the testing of supply or die, right? They didn't want us to know where we were going and what we were going for before it went live. We have 4 mission types that are to be completed after the intro mission for a given planet. The intro mission is quite simple. It just cargo haul 3 SCU from an outpost to a station. The first of the 4 is labeled resource gathering, but it's so much more than that, like way more than that. This is the mission that if you mine, pirate, salvage, or just come across any material, that you just turn these in and you get paid for it. The payout is associated, I mean, there is one with these, but I didn't see any notification, and I'm not sure how much we get paid per SCU that we turn in. Also of note, similar to supply or die, well, not similar. They learned from this. You are not going to be able to buy the 3 commodities that these planets are going for anywhere. They have to be found in the game or doing these gameplay loops. One of the next gameplay loops is called Recover Cargo. It's a stationary ship that is being protected by a few enemies. When you clear those enemies out, you can move the cargo back to the station. This is as close to salvage as you're going to get for this event. Want to know something cool, though? If you don't have a cargo ship, you do now. These are fully functional, and you can just take them back to the station and unload there. It also saves time too, since you only have to move cargo once, so that would be the meta for doing these. There is actually something cool with these missions too, is I took a small one and it took me to a bunker that was filled with 1 SCU boxes, a bit of a switch up, which I think is neat. Support attack ship is strictly a combat mission. You defend it, and any SCU that ship you're defending has will count towards your progress. Currently, I could not get any of these to work or spawn, so I am not sure how much SCU they have, but this one sounds like if there was a mission that you would be like the easiest one, this would be it. If it's actually working, obviously. Hauling is self-explanatory. It's the normal hauling mission, and the amount you haul is what counts towards your progress. Plus, the payouts are quite good as well. Just a reminder, since we shared this last one, all hauling missions recover missions and probably support, if they worked, are shareable. So going at this in a group will make your life a lot easier. Then Thursday, 4.2 went live. All the patches we have been playing led up to this patch going live, and I have to say, I was really surprised with my experience. Number one, the location. Everyone was nervous about PvP, like, leading up to this event. We had 0, 6 hours into the patch, like 0. And other people I talked to said they had very little as well. And that was Stormbreaker, right? Like, this was supposed to be the big thing. So we were able to spawn the worm and kill it, which was cool, of course, but this is absolutely not ready. The freight elevators didn't work, the pearls didn't drop, and honestly, the reward at this location doesn't match the effort you need to put in to kill it. That is something they could easily address in the future, but I do think it is worth providing that feedback. I don't think I will go here again for fun, really. I kind of felt like a one-time thing. They also did a hotfix to hopefully make the pearls working, so I believe those are working as well, but I did not get to test that yet, so leave a comment down below and let me know on that front. Then Friday, 4.2.1 Wave 1, starting out, they tested, there's going to be a test on Sunday, right? I record these Sunday morning at about 5 a.m., so all of you saying I look bad in the comments, thank you for your concern, but please stop. It's just early in the morning. So if I'm able to make it, I will leave some footage and notes for the editor on how it went. If it didn't, yeah, I wasn't able to make it to the test, right? They seem to be adding older Wicklow rewards to the loot pool and phasing them out of mission options. But what I actually saw was Wicklow getting older skins from Foundation Festival on his list. So I don't know. And then just a bunch of bug fixes, hopefully. So that was our patches this week. Let me know what you guys think. They are pushing for this next patch. And what is very cool is it mostly worked because it mostly was supply or die. So hopefully that year of stability and not year of stupidity is something that we start to see in 4.2.1 and maybe 4.3 as well. Because, yeah, Stormbreaker, Hathor have caused a ton of issues. I think they kind of need to tone it down a little bit and just focus on playability, stability. Now, with that, let's move into roadmap updates. All right, they start out the report with rounding out the 4.2 cards with the only thing we hadn't known about yet, and that was the new ship from last week, the Prowler Utility. Then I was quite surprised because I forgot we had a .x patch to think about, and they go into details right away with the new mission type focused on escorting ships that are under threat. Does this mean they will quantum travel with us or anything like this? That would be interesting. It's probably going to break a ton if that's the case. I haven't seen any of this yet either. This could be referencing one of the missions that we're doing for the new resource like regen crisis thing that I just spoke about, but I don't know. I have not seen a new mission in the PTU just yet. And then the global event was mentioned that we gave details on above. The two FPS cards are two new FPS cards are available. A Volt pistol, who isn't enjoying Volt weapons right now. They're really, really good and they're fun to play with. And then a medium armor, which they are already telling us won't be in the patch and that they're moving to 4.3. I appreciate the openness there for sure. And yeah, that was our roadmap update. Obviously, it was going to be a small one because, you know, the movement of the patches and the current patch in 4.2.1 is not really that big, right? It's mostly bug fixes plus an event they've already done. Now, with that, let's move into other updates. All right, real short other updates section. We start out with the sneak peek. This appears to be the RSI Meteor that we've been hearing a lot about lately. This is a ship that apparently Jared designed, but there's also this interesting box in the ship. I have no idea what this is, but I know what I want it to be, a crafting terminal of some kind, but absolutely nothing is hinting at that being a thing. So let me know what you think the ship is. Let me know what you think the item in focus may be in the comments. I'd be really interested. And then for Dev Post, we only have one. And it's about long-term persistence, which is the database tech that should make sure that anything we earn in the game, we keep when the new patches come out, unless they plan on wiping them. One thing that should never be removed and lost is ships, but they have been, and this patch was one of the worst that we've seen in quite some time. People have ships they don't own, lost ships that they do, components, armor, a bunch of things. There is really no point in talking about this game unless, like, as a game, right? Like, as Star Citizen being even a thing, unless they can get this right. This is the most important thing in an online game, and it has never worked correctly. They acknowledge the issues here, but that isn't enough. They have to be better with this. And that'll do it for this week. So let me know what you guys think about all the things that we discussed here. As always, all of the sources for everything that we discussed will be linked down in the description. But yeah, very interesting week, right? 4.2 goes live. Things are a bit better. Things are a bit worse. And then instantly an Evo patch, which is kind of exciting. And I love the simplicity of what is in 4.2.1. And I really hope that we can move forward with simplicity and then focus on stability. I really hope that. Let me know what you guys think about all that. Like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe for more weeks in review, and leave a comment down below on anything we talked about and anything that we may have missed. And I will catch you guys next week.